At the edge of a great sea, as dawn brushed stone walls with gold, an ancient coastal city stirred awake. On a rooftop above the harbor, Jonah, a prophet in simple robes, stood alone, listening to the wind and the distant calls of waking merchants. Into that stillness came a summons, the word of the Lord upon Jonah's heart, calling him to rise, go to Nineveh, and warn it to repent.
Nineveh, the city of violence and pride? You send me there? To warn them?
Stories of Nineveh swirled in his mind, travelers' tales of cruelty in its streets and arrogance in its palaces. Fear tightened in him. Why should such a city be warned? And why risk his life for people who ignored the living God?
No, I will not go there. I will flee as far as a ship can carry me.
Heart pounding, Jonah slipped from the rooftop into the waking streets, hugging the shadows and turning away from familiar faces. At the water's edge, waves lapped wooden hulls, sailors shouted, ropes creaked, and the smell of tar and salt filled the air as Jonah searched for a ship bound far away.
Captain, your ship, where does it sail?
West, beyond these coasts. Far from your troubles if you can pay.
Then take me with you. I seek only distance.
The captain read Jonah's troubled eyes, took his coins, and motioned him aboard. As the ship pushed away from the pier, the city shrank behind them, wrapped in sunrise, while high above, thin dark clouds gathered at the rim of the sky. Hours passed, and the sea grew restless. Winds rose sharp and insistent, whipping the sails until canvas snapped like thunder. The sky turned bruised. Waves hammered the hull, drenching the deck as sailors scrambled, shouting over the roar.
This storm is not natural. The gods are angry with someone on this ship.
Terrified, the crew hurled cargo into the sea, precious goods disappearing into the depths as they cried out, each to his own god.
You there, stranger. Why are you sleeping? Call on your god. Perhaps he will spare us.
Dragged from below deck, Jonah faced their desperate eyes and the shuddering timbers beneath their feet. He knew why the storm had come.
I am a Hebrew. I serve the Lord, the God of heaven who made the sea and the dry land. I am running from him, and you are caught in my flight.
Fear deepened on their faces, not only fear of the storm, but of the God Jonah named, maker of the sea that threatened to swallow them.
Then what must we do to you, that the sea may grow quiet?
Take me up and throw me into the sea, and the waters will grow still. This storm is because of me.
Still reluctant, the sailors rowed hard toward land, but the wind howled louder and the waves climbed higher, driving them back.
Lord of the sea, do not hold us guilty for this man's blood. We act because we must.
With a final heave, they cast Jonah into the depths. At once the wind dropped, the waves smoothed, and the sea lay strangely calm. As darkness wrapped around him and his strength failed, a vast shadow moved through the deep, a great fish rising like a living cavern. Inside the creature's belly, in cramped darkness lit by pale shifting glows, Jonah found himself pressed against water-slick walls and drifting remains.
From the depths I call to you, and you still hear me.
There, beneath the sea, his defiance broke. Fear turned to sorrow and confession as he remembered the call he had fled and the mercy he needed.
I was driven away from your sight, yet I will look again toward your holy temple. Salvation belongs to the Lord.
Day blurred into night as the great fish carried Jonah through hidden currents. 3 days and 3 nights marked by his growing resolve to obey. At last, the fish turned toward the light of shallow waters. By the Lord's command, it surged to the surface and expelled Jonah in a violent rush. Bruised, soaked, and humbled, Jonah lay upon the sand, the roar of the sea behind him and the wide land before him, knowing the road to Nineveh now lay straight ahead.